Hi and welcome to the second boss of Plaguewing. This will be the guide on Heigan the Unclean. Heigan is probably the most iconic boss of this wing and features what is known as the safety dance. You'll fight Heigan in two phases. One will be a ground phase and one will be a dance phase. To begin with, you'll enter from over here, from the left hand side, and you'll walk into the room here. Casters, as soon as the boss is engaged, casters and healers will move on to the main platform over here, where they'll DPS the boss from. They'll do this throughout the entire ground phase with melee stood here. Now, the reason why you want to do this is that Heigan will cast something called Decrepit Fever, which is this primary mechanic, which will be cast where melee and tanks are, and reduces people's health by 50%, dealing nature damage over time. This debuff needs to be cleansed immediately by any of the healers on the platform, and Heigan won't cast this during the dance phase. Other than that, he'll also cast a short-range AoE mana burn, dealing damage to anyone with a mana bar. Now, this is obviously why you don't want all of your mana users stacked near him, so they won't have any mana for the fight. Other than that, you drag him around the room. I'll show you. It'll have like small cracks where you can stand, safe spots, and other spots where you won't be able to stand when he does his eruption mechanic. So we'll have someone marked. It'll be me here, marked with a star. So everyone on the ground, just follow the star, and the range will join everyone for the dance phase. And they'll also follow the star. There shouldn't be any damage during dance phase, only during this initial ground phase. So I'll pull him, you can see what happens. Go up here, pull him down here. So now we've initiated the fight. Pulling him over here, this is where we'll start the fight. So this is Decrepit Fever, you saw here. So after an eruption, you move to the next quadrant of the room. Wait for eruption again. Then you move on. Roughly here. Then you move here. Wait for eruption again. And then you move back. This is exactly the same thing you'll have to do during the dance phase, and for every time you need to go into dance phase, these eruptions will come faster and faster, so there's more and more movement involved in this fight. Now, it's important that you don't get hit by the poison from the eruption because it hurts a lot, but other than that, this is a pretty simple fight. It's all about keeping aware of your feet, follow the assigned marker. I wasn't stood on the proper spot there. So yeah, this is just how you go about it. Then after a bit of time, Heigan will jump to this center platform, and everyone will have to do this dance phase. This is usually after 2 cycles of this going back and forth. So here we go. Just going to try and see if I can show you. There we go. Can't actually see where it starts now. It starts over here. Then you move on to here. So yeah, it's just important that you keep moving during this phase to where the assigned markers stood. It might be a bit confusing to begin with, but I promise you'll get a hang of this quite easily. Every dance phase, he resets to the original pattern, so you always start from over here and then move to the right hand side. Then you go back. On that, just kill the boss, grab some loot, move on.